a neutral site game here, and one that is insane every single year. And another one that, to me, when you look at how similar these two teams are, Aaron, is a bit like a great value Georgia, Alabama. And that's Arkansas and Texas A&M in Jerry's world. A couple of young, exciting quarterbacks, dual threat guys. How about this? A&M, and these stats are against FBS teams only. I've taken out the FCS. A&M averaging 230 a game on the ground. Arkansas, 227. Jaquindon Jackson leading the SEC in rush yards per game. Taylen Green is 8th. Levy and Moss, 5th in the SEC. Marcel Reed is 9th. Both have, look, A&M's giving up 113 yards rushing per game. Arkansas is giving up 108. So, very similar. One of the differences to me, though, even though Reed's had less opportunity, he's been more protective of the ball than has Taylen Green been up to this point.
I would give advantage quarterback to and we don't know if Connor Wegman's going to start or not. I don't know why.
I can't find any official word on that.
No, I mean,
can't
it has
either.
to be Reed, I heard someone say earlier that they saw some depth chart release, but who knows? You can't tell me with Klein being the OC and seeing how well Marcel Reed has run this offense over the past 2 weeks that you would not just give the young man the football and say, this is your football team. Go out there and do it. He has looked great. He's running the ball well. I think he's throwing the ball well. His footwork in the pocket looks really smooth. He's a good quarterback.
No confidence.
That's playing really well right now. Wegman just did not look good either the first year. He didn't look good, obviously, versus Notre Dame. I don't think he looked very good versus McNeese. And all of a sudden, this guy comes in there as a true freshman and adds the legs on top of it. And right now is a better thrower. I wouldn't mess with it. Marcel Reed is the guy going forward. So I think you stick with him a little bit. I think the receivers on the outside are a little bit average. So I think that obviously helps for him being the quarterback at the end of the day too.
Yeah.
I'm just not. And I had Taylen Green a couple weeks ago. I had the Arkansas game versus UAB. Incredible talent. All of 6'6", 230, can fly. He looks the part. He's a guy you design on NCAA football to be your quarterback. My goodness.
Yeah.
But then you put him in certain situations and he can't complete easy passes. And he throws interceptions. Wide open passes he doesn't make. He makes the difficult plays. He'll run around like a chicken with his head cut off and then launch the ball and you're like, don't do that. And then it's a completion. But then there's a guy open 10 yards from him and he throws it in the dirt. You're like, why can't you do the simple plays? And until he can prove to me that he can do the simple plays, that whole razzle-dazzle craziness may get it done versus UAB or Auburn, but it ain't going to get it done versus A&M's defense. And I feel like he's going to turn the ball over one too many times in this game where Marcel has not shown that he's going to be that reckless with the football right now.
Yeah, it's funny. I have it written right here. Taylen Green's more explosive, but more risky, right? Yeah. And that's exactly.
And he's not good enough to be risky.
Also, I think this game is worth a look at the Winsipedia. Guys, if you don't know what Winsipedia, type in any two college teams, type in Winsipedia, and it's a really great website that gives you a breakdown of the series, right? And although these games are always close, Arkansas just finds ways to lose this game year in and year out. A&M's won 11 of the past 12. And don't get me wrong, I love embracing the hog. In fact, like a real radio man, I was doing a men's sexual wellness read this morning, talking about ED. And I told the people to embrace the hog. Okay. It's time. That said, my instincts here keep bringing me back to Texas A&M. Better overall talent, a better overall defense, a less risky quarterback, and in Elko versus Pittman, kind of a coach that's new and maybe has a bit more of his players' belief versus a guy who is kind of on the ropes and his players are playing hard for. Sam Pittman's in a way better spot than I thought he would be at the beginning of the year. But I'm going I'm going A&M here.
I'm going A&M
here. Not by a lot, but I'm going A&M here.
I think a lot of the positions are very similar. I do think that like both teams are lacking a little bit of explosiveness on the offensive side of the football. Like Andrew Armstrong's great, really, really talented, but like that's pretty much it. Like where's Luke Haas? Where's some of these other guys for Arkansas? And I just don't know if they have the talent on the outside or just Taylen's not seeing it. And then you look at Arkansas, their secondary, I just think is very gettable, very, very gettable. So like I would lean a little bit more like both teams run the ball well. Both teams have athletic quarterbacks. Who can win in the who do I trust more in the passing game? I trust A&M's receivers as much as I do Arkansas's, but I just don't like Arkansas's DBs as much, nearly as much.
Yes.
So I think A&M could be a little bit more balanced on offense, where I think Arkansas truly is going to have to be Taylen Green, create something explosive, or Jaquindon Jackson running it, which he's a freaking beast, one of the best running backs in the SEC right now. But overall, I just think A&M's a better team. They get this thing done.